The United Nations says conflict has been identified as the primary cause of internal displacement this year, with data from the Protection and Return Monitoring Network indicating that it is responsible for more than half of 822,000 people who were displaced between January and March. Of this total, 429,000 were displaced due to conflict, while 250,000 were displaced due to drought and 130,000 due to floods. Alyona Senenko is the spokesperson for the International Committee of the Red Cross ICRC in the region.
In the past 2 years, Somalia was hit by a very difficult drought, and that has been very much making the media headlines. But what we are seeing today, and sometimes that very often is left on the sidelines, and we keep forgetting that Somalia is one of the most protracted conflicts in the region, and that there are the majority of the displaced people today, they are fleeing violence and they are fleeing conflict.
Somalia has been grappling with a severe drought which has led to widespread displacement as people lost their crops and livestock. By the start of the rainy season, and a strong humanitarian response helped to alleviate the situation, conflicts, especially the recent fighting in Lassanod in the disputed Soar region, has caused a surge in displacement. Rhoda Abdi, a mother of 9 who fled her home in Lassanod, said, "We were at home when the fighting broke out and everyone was fleeing the town. We decided to wait and see how the situation will unfold. The day after, an artillery shell hit our roof and it caved in. We decided to run away after that." Rhoda Abdi now resides with her kids in the Tawakal internally displaced persons camp in Garowe, located in the Nuga region. She struggles with the terrible living conditions that come with a new abode. Abdi expressed his frustration at the dire situation in Somalia, stating that they don't have access to basic necessities such as work, school, healthcare, and electricity. She likened their situation to being stuck in one place like goats. This year, the conflict in Soar has caused the most significant displacement of families, but the government offensive in the south and center of the country is also a factor. Living in displacement camps is hard for these families, and the psychological toll of being separated from family members in an emergency only adds to their suffering. The ICRC helps these people stay connected with their relatives and find out their fate or location.
Of course, the needs are many. People need food, they need shelter, they need clean water, but also something that we tend to forget is how important it is for people to know what is happening with their loved ones. And when they cannot contact them and they cannot verify that their loved ones are safe and sound, it creates a lot of anxiety and a lot of suffering for them.
The Somali Red Crescent Society, SRCS, has enabled nearly 4,000 free phone calls to reunite and sustain connections between families separated due to conflict in Soar region. Additionally, over 100 free phone calls were made available to those injured in Lassanod and Garowe. With the fighting coming to an end, do the families hope to return to their homes in Lassanod? Farah Yusuf Ali, who left the town in February and is now living in Burawadal in the east of Soar, does not appear to be optimistic.